was intended to be playoffs. In the first battle, the law of diminishing returns for football players. Is it a myth or a fact? That was the question. Molat argued that it was indeed a myth.
When we talk about diminishing return, a lot of people think about power and strength, forgetting that there are other things that football requires more than your power and the strength, and that thing is called experience.
Femi said, myth, my tiny toe. It's indeed a fact.
It has been known that it is a fact that players over time tend to diminish in terms of performance after they've reached the peak.
We asked them to argue it out.
When he first arrived at Manchester United, all we know him for is just the pace and all the skillful dribble.
And what is happening to him now?
Cristiano Ronaldo has scored more goals after clocking 30 than what he scored before clocking 30.
Presently, how many goals has Cristiano Ronaldo scored?
Has broken a lot of records after clocking 30.
Look at
Molat won that argument and flew into the knockout rounds. Femi on his way out, potentially. Second battle. Are FIFA sanctions enough to prevent violence and breakouts among NPFL teams and fans? Well, Timidayo Gidegbe started telling us FIFA sanctions are indeed enough.
What I'm saying is FIFA bans cannot do it. FIFA bans is not
there will always be
FIFA
teams
bans
will
cannot
always
do it.
Avoid these teams will always offend. They will always go against the law. But we keep giving them sanctions.
I played the wrong one. This was what Timidayo actually said.
If FIFA sanctions are not meted out, there will be AYR everywhere, and before we know it, what we are managing, it will get to a point where we don't have them again. Thank you.
Daniel, he was drafted in because David unfortunately pulled out. But what did Daniel state? He said the troubles the LMC have gone through despite the FIFA sanctions should be taken into consideration.
The LMC have tried to curb this violence from reoccurring, but they've not been able to do that.
And then they argued it out. You heard it before. Hear it again.
What I'm saying is FIFA bans cannot do it. FIFA bans is not enough.
There will always be
FIFA
teams
bans
will
cannot
always
do it.
Avoid these teams will always offend. They will always go against the law. But we keep giving them sanctions.
There were supposed to be 3 playoff battles. In the end, David got stuck in another city and couldn't make it back to Lagos for the battle. And then there was Kelvin. In the third battle of the night, which was Kelvin versus Lima. Kelvin got stuck in traffic for hours and hours and hours. Lima then qualified automatically. And what did she think about it?
I mean, I would have loved to contest. I put in the work, and I mean, we battled each other the first time as well. So I'd really love for him to qualify as well. But I mean, it's crazy.
It's crazy, isn't it? So Kelvin out, David out. We were looking for 4 out of 6. Problem solved? The only problem was when David pulled out, we brought in Daniel to replace David. Meaning, well, there is still one person to go home. Femi had lost earlier on to Molat. Timidayo had lost to Daniel. One of Femi and Timidayo had to go. The judges made their decisions. On the strength of the battle of the night, Femi saved Timidayo out.
Yeah, mixed feelings anyway. There's a feeling of, okay, I wish I can go further. And there's another feeling that, well, I first time got to round 24, so I'm still proud of myself. And the topic was shaky too. I didn't like code, but then it was enough. So lessons learned, and moving forward from there.
And so from the early stages, we go to the knockout stages. And you better believe the contest gets better with every round. From 32 down to 24, then 24 now down to 16. 16 gone, 16 left. But of the 16 gone, brilliant and beautiful memories from some of these contestants, like Alex.
We would have said that Man City and Liverpool will run away with the title if we have not seen it in history where big signings, big money signings have failed miserably. We don't have to look far. Look at Lukaku. He's one of them.
We said bye-bye to Amarachi.
You don't expect me to go to a club that cannot pay my bills. In the sense that commercialization has helped clubs to generate revenues. And also the media, it has also helped the media to promote efficiency in production and delivery.
Bye-bye to Benjamin.
Now tell me, a player, a father sends his child to school, give him everything the child needs, yet the child refuses to perform. Are you going to put the blame on the father?
Bye-bye to Chisom.
Every Nigerian who is outside the country, in fact, even if you're on Mars, you need to be brought back to Nigeria, even if it's using a keke or Okada. It doesn't matter, as long as they have the quality, we need them in the Super Eagles team.
Bye-bye to David.
Football is a game that should be enjoyed by those who live in the palace and those who stay in the trenches. It's a beautiful game. It's not some tennis or NASCAR, some elite kind of game.
Bye-bye to Ifeanyi.
In the just concluded season, Man City finished first, Liverpool finished second, and the people that followed them, Liverpool were leading them with 18 points. Is that competition?
Bye-bye to John.
Now they say patience is a virtue and great things do take time. Well, that a certain method work for Mr. A, it doesn't mean it to work for Mr. B.
Bye-bye to Kayode.
You know, basically for me, will you stick with history or will you go for ambition? Diego Simeone is history for me, and then ambition-wise is not the one. Thank you.
Bye-bye to Kelvin.
Well, they say in local parlance that now from morning we go know how nights could be. But when you look at the Juventus situation, it is clear to see that instead of progression, there is regression.
Bye-bye to the other Kelvin.
Well, they say in local parlance that now from morning we go know how nights could be.
That turns out as the same person. But we also said bye-bye to Michael.
NFF was doing something right. The league was actually doing something great at that point. But now you're leaving the league to look for players who are abroad who you did not invest in. These other countries invested in these players, and then you want to steal them away from these countries.
Bye-bye to Benga.
So brother, you talked about money. You didn't really answer the question. Is football more than passion? And you're mentioning money is being injected. Why won't money be injected? Anything you do, you just came back from work. Won't you be paid at work?
And bye-bye to Temidayo.
There's no striker in Chelsea who is doing fantastically well. So there's a problem with Tuchel.
And so we move on to the rounds that matter. From here on, you are on your own. You win or you go home. The rules will alter slightly. I'll give contestants 1 minute for their opening statements, and then they will have 5 minutes to go head to head. 5 minutes to go head to head. Maximum of 5 minutes. If we cannot make anything of the head to head and we cannot get them to cooperate, we will cut the time short. And after that, they will have a minute more each to close their arguments. After that, we'll make the decisions the same way. Go straight to the phone lines. The difference is, rather than 7 maximum calls, it will be 9 maximum calls to determine who takes the phone votes. Then we'll come to the panel of 3, and then to social media, namely Facebook and Twitter. We're ready for the very first battle. In a few moments, we'll come back to that. Thanks once again to MasterCard. I would think we will be taking a quick message from MasterCard at this time. Let me do that, and then we'll come back and read even further messaging from MasterCard. Stick with us.
select smart stores in Lagos. Terms and conditions apply. MasterCard. Start something priceless.
Hi, I'm Femi Daniels. For the last dozen years of my media career, I've dedicated myself to raising an army, a big sport broadcast army, made up of individuals who've gone from being just fans of the game to giants of the sport broadcast landscape. It's been my pride, privilege, and honor, but my job is not done. Time to raise a new army, the next generation. Join me and my team, Femi and the gang, from 7 to 9 p.m. Mondays to Friday on 99.3 Nigeria Info for the third and biggest season of the Fan Battle. Starting Monday, June 13 to Friday, July 15. 1 million naira grand prize, a seat at the table, and you get to be part of it all. Catch the Fan Battle in football's hottest war zone, live on radio, also on the Nigeria Info app and our Facebook and YouTube live streams. For sponsorship support and advertising, call 0808 50 20 280 or 0809 303 1103. The Fan Battle Season 3. Let the battle begin.
Hi guys, I'm Peter Drury, football commentator, and you are hanging out with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info FM.
What up guys, it's Ladi Poe and you are listening to Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info, but you knew that.
A quick thank you once again to MasterCard, the guys, for being a part of our sporting broadcasts, Femi and the gang, and of course the Fan Battle. Tony has got more to share from MasterCard. And for those of you who are followers, some of you probably noticed the battle didn't hold yesterday, and you know why. Nigeria played a game. It didn't go the way we had hoped, but again, these things happen. It's just one of those things that happen, that Nigeria is going into the AFCON, and for me, I don't think they are top three favorites. I think my top three favorites are South Africa, Morocco, and I think Cameroon, in that order. I don't know whether you guys agree. Anyway. Maybe Tony should. Tony probably doesn't want to talk.
Tony has his reservations. I know, but again, you know, according to the rankings, is Nigeria number 1, Cameroon number 2, South Africa number 3 as to the FIFA rankings.
Yeah.
But, you know, like you said, looking at that performance yesterday, Nigeria did not play like number 1 in Africa, not at all. But hey, it was a slow start in 2018, right? And we went on to win the title. So who says this is not a reminder of why we need to up the ante? And we're going to up that ante by the time we play on Thursday. And in 3 days after Thursday, qualify out of the group stage. Hopefully, this team will get better.
But here's the difference.
Yeah.
You are judging this based on yesterday's game. You know, it was a determination before yesterday's game. And the strength of the team at a time when the other countries are catching up. Somehow, currently, Nigeria is not as strong. And we saw signs of it during the Aisha Buhari. We knew something was, Nigeria was there. And I don't want to talk about the coaching and all the arrangements and the part-time coach and all of that. But we are not at our best at a time when some other countries are at the best they've ever been. We see what the South Africans are doing. Our top players are old. I mean, they are professionals at what they do.
I mean, Femi, I don't know if you watched, the second game in that group, Burundi, Botswana. And for those who watched that game, I'm sure they would have had second thoughts because, boy, we were shocked. We were shell-shocked with the quality of football, those two teams provide. And those two teams are debutants.
And they're supposed to be whipping girls.
Absolutely. They scored 6 goals in that game. Some of the goals were wonderfully taken goals. There was flair, there was excitement in the way they played. was a complete contrast to what we saw. Now, the good thing about Team Nigeria is the Falcons have got the most qualitative squad. It means that if they can fix what went wrong against South Africa, they have the materials to go all the way, because they've got individual qualities at its best, and all they need to do is make it more of a team, have a plan, play with a plan,
But how do you fix a problem of pace? The South Africans
because
had
of the aging
pace.
squad, yeah.
You don't. What are you going to bring into the team that will close the pace gap between South Africa and Nigeria?
It's clearly experience, Femi. It is clearly experience. You can have a very young team who's faster, who can move the ball quicker, who can transit quicker. But if you're very experienced, you know the right passes to play. If you're clinical too, so Nigeria have got their
gamesmanship.
Absolutely, game management, really. But right now, Femi, I was embarrassed. It was an embarrassing performance.
Just one touch from me for 30 seconds, and that will be, I prefer this, that you lose to South Africa in the first game and you get better, than the Super Eagles who were group stage champions and got knocked out in the round of 16. Come on, yeah.
Chuma,
Yeah.
can we still wait? Can we just wait? Because shockingly, the Super Falcons could be knocked out in the group stage. And I'm saying this with every sense of humility. They could be knocked out, but we'll see.
We'll see. But I think I don't know about. I think on the balance, combining experience and youthfulness and most recent antecedents, I think South Africa are stronger. I think Morocco are stronger. I think Cameroon are kind of
Cameroon have had a terrible start. Almost as terrible as Nigeria.
I don't know. Let's wait and see. But again, it's problematic.
We could see
let's talk
a new winner.
Let's do fan battle there. Fan battle.
Anyways, Femi, quickly before handing back to you, shopping has never been more exciting. Every weekend from the 4th of June to the 10th of July, you stand a chance of winning a trip to watch a UEFA Champions League match live and other exciting prizes by paying with your MasterCard at major malls and select Spar stores in Lagos. Just follow these easy steps I'm about to read out to you, and you're on your way to something priceless. Step 1, enroll at the MasterCard Experience stand on activation days. Step 2, scan the QR code for registration on your device. Step 3, go ahead to shop at any of the stores and pay with your MasterCard. Once you do that, return to the Experience stand with your evidence of payment, scan the reward code, and you could be the lucky winner of tickets to the next season of the UEFA Champions League. For more details on participating malls and Spar outlets, visit mastercard.shopperspree.com. Alright, mastercard.shopperspree.com. Terms and conditions apply. MasterCard, start something priceless.
Thank you, MasterCard, for being a part of this ride thus far. And now it is time to do battle. Before we do battle, we'll take one more message from our sponsors.
You could be 4 debates away from 1 million naira. Good day, honorable judges, or ever attentive audience. That's too much retail co-debater.
We've crowned 3 I Beg to Differ debate champions.
My name is Tanvita Kaushik. I'm Rutu Kocho. My name is Dawadesa.
And if you want to be the 4th,
in fact, it even gives you a new global perspective.
the quest
Since 1998
begins
during the 2015 election.
now. The auditions for the next I Beg to Differ debate.
For the night, as we wish our girls all the best at Alcon 2022. The first battle of the knockout stages pits Prosper Ubani, a businessman who supports Liverpool globally and Eyimba locally, against a rival, a fierce rival who qualified yesterday from the playoffs. Prosper lives somewhere in Abule Oshun, Waterside, Badagry Expressway, Lagos. He makes that trip here representing Amuwo Odofin. On Twitter, he is Prosper Ubani1 at Prosper Ubani1. On Instagram, he is at Limit Ubani. Limit Ubani. Prosper, thank you very much for coming into the knockout stages. How are you doing, brother?
I'm fine. Good evening.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I'm feeling great.
You started hot, and then you face some how do I say it, along the line, some turbulence. You picked yourself up, and you're still flying very high.
Absolutely. I think it's been a learning curve for me, so I just want to keep learning from here on.
It's excellent. I'm really proud of the trajectory that is yours in this contest. So I'm looking forward to hearing more from you today. His contestant is a social media manager who supports AS Roma on the global stage and Remo Stars on the local stage. She lives somewhere at Ikosi Road in K2 of Lagos. She represents Kosofe. That's our place of residence. On Twitter, you know her as at ChubbyMO_. ChubbyMo_. On Instagram, you know her as at Molat Sport Gists. She's the I want to say the I don't want to switch and go and say irreprehensible. But she's the irrepressible Montserrat Omawumi Olatunji, aka Molat. How are you doing, Molat?
I'm doing great, and I'm happy to be back. And actually, this is my second time of meeting our Prosper in this edition.
So I mean,
I'm expecting it to be fire to fire this
your
time
very
around.
first battle was against Prosper, right?
No, it's my second
your
battle.
second one.
Yeah.
And on that occasion, Prosper prevailed.
He won, yeah.
He won. And you were then saved by the panel.
Yeah.
And you made the extra, you had to do the extra trip of coming here one more day on Friday.
Exactly.
And for you, it's a revenge mission.
I'm the South African on the seat, so I'm here for revenge.
All right. We are going to have a very, very strong battle. I have no doubt about that. Before we go into the battle, you guys know the rules now.
Yes.
Still the same 1 minute for opening, but I'll give you 5 minutes of head-to-head. And then there will be 9 calls to determine the phone voters. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So once again, before we go into the battle, let me say thank you to MasterCard. I think there's one more message to take from MasterCard. We'll take that message now, and the battle will commence as soon as we return.
Or my husband.
Will that be cash or card, ma'am?
Card, please. My MasterCard.
Shopping has never been more excited. Every
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
And so it's time to do battle. Prosper up against Molat. There will be no second chances at this stage. There will be no panel saving the loser of a contest. If you lose, your battle is done. Prosper, Molat, are you guys ready?
Yes.
So let's go into the issue at hand for tonight, for this first battle of the night. Cristiano Ronaldo requesting to leave Manchester United. Is it cowardice or entitlement? Is it cowardice or entitlement? Well, that was a question thrown to both Prosper and Molat. And both of them dug in to our raffle dip. Out came cowardice for Prosper, out came entitlement for Molat. The positions they are defending tonight, those positions do not reflect what their thinking on the matter is. The positions they are defending are based on blind picking. When you vote for either of these individuals, remember not to make it a function of what you agree with, but how impressed you were by either of these two individuals. So Prosper says cowardice, Molat says entitlement. We're streaming live on Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. We're streaming live on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. Actually, the live stream on Twitter is from our YouTube account. That's Nigeria Info FM. That's our official YouTube page. So we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. You'll find the YouTube live stream embedded on our Twitter handle. You will vote on Facebook, you will vote on Twitter when we get there. You already know the drill. So soon the voting portals will open, but you can check out the live stream right now. Follow through on Facebook. You will vote on the actual live stream itself. When that time comes, you will know. So I'm in the studios with Chuma, Tony, and Alex. Let us go into the battle. Prosper, you are contestant 1 for this round of 16 tie.
Yes.
Meaning you will open first. Again, Cristiano Ronaldo requesting to leave Manchester United. Cowardice or entitlement? You say it's cowardice. I'll give you 1 minute to open your argument as to why it is cowardice. And then Molat will have her 1 minute. Are you ready to go now? Okay. Clock set at 1 minute. Prosper, you can start.
Since Ronaldo said he wanted to leave Manchester United, what we've been hearing is people saying he scored 24 goals, he's their top scorer, and he doesn't owe Man United anything and all that. But Ronaldo is a Manchester United legend. And Manchester United gave him the platform to become whoever he is now. They brushed him, they coached him, they trained him to the level he is now. And so he owes Manchester United everything. And Manchester United brought him back to help them go to the next level, challenge for the Premier League, challenge for the Champions League. But now, it hasn't worked. So that means Ronaldo's coming back has failed. He hasn't delivered because they brought him to win these trophies. But instead of going forward, Manchester United have regressed. They came second the season before they brought Ronaldo. With Ronaldo now, they are 6th position in the league. So Manchester United has actually regressed with Ronaldo. But now, what does Ronaldo want to do? Ronaldo wants to leave Manchester United. That's cowardice. Real legends stand and fight. You are a Roma fan. Francesco Totti, he didn't leave Roma. He stayed and continued to fight for them. That's what Ronaldo should do.
Thank you very much. Your opening argument is noted. And you will have opportunities to expand on this when you go head-to-head with Molat. First up, though, Molat has got 1 minute to open her argument as to why she sees it as entitlement. Molat, are you ready to go?
Yes.
Clock set for 1 minute. Please go.
There is a reason why Cristiano Ronaldo is referred to as Mr. Champions League. So imagine a Mr. Champions League playing in Europa League. That is one. And now, returning to Manchester United, despite being 37 years old, Ronaldo finished the season as the top scorer for Manchester United and scored the most goal against the Big Six, just 1 goal behind Mo Salah. He scored 8, Mo Salah scored 9 against the top 6 clubs in the Premier League. Then I wonder why people are questioning his loyalty and dedication. This is the same Cristiano Ronaldo that returned back to training just a week after he lost his son, and they are still questioning his loyalty. And one other thing is that there's no loyalty in football. The club are looking to replace you while you are looking to actually replace your club. This is the same thing that brought in Jude Gallo and replacing him with Cavani, brought in Ronaldo to replace Cavani. Who tells you that they are not going to replace Ronaldo if he agreed to stay? So Ronaldo, to me, is being entitled because he has what it takes. He has the start and figure to back up his claim.
Thank you very much. Opening argument from Molat, recorded, noted, and of course appreciated. Which will take us, thank you very much, which will take us to the head-to-head battle between Prosper and Molat. I'll give you 5 minutes in which time you can flesh out on this, argue it out, but most importantly, try to allow yourselves be heard. Do not turn it into a shouting match where nobody hears anybody. It will serve neither of you any purpose. If you guys are good, I'll set the clock. Just before I set the clock, we're streaming live on Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. These are the knockout stages where your votes matter. There is no opportunity to save anybody. Anybody who loses here goes home. So please follow the live stream so you can vote on Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. We're also streaming live on the Nigeria Info YouTube channel, Nigeria Info FM. And you can find that live stream on our Twitter handle at Nigeria Info FM. Okay, so go to Twitter. You will vote on Facebook. You will vote on Twitter. We're also streaming live on the Nigeria Info mobile app just to make sure you can carry us wherever you go and you never miss a thing. Okay, so head to head we go between Prosper and Molat. I'm sure you can tell the difference between them. After which we will come to the phone votes, after their closing arguments, that is, and then the panel votes, and then we'll go to social media. Prosper and Molat, for 5 minutes, your clock starts now.
You said Ronaldo is Mr. Champions League. Did he not meet Manchester United in the Champions League? Now, are Manchester United still in the Champions League with Ronaldo? No. Ronaldo came to Manchester United. They were second in the league, 12 points behind the eventual winners, Manchester City. But in his first season now, they finished 6th, 35 points behind the leaders. That shows Ronaldo has.
First of all, football is a team game and not individual game like tennis.
Exactly
so
why
Cristiano Ronaldo was brought into everything, but that doesn't mean that Cristiano Ronaldo is there to actually do it alone for the team.
Exactly.
He has to play with the team. And at the end of the day, a 37-year-old Ronaldo.
Football is a team game. That is the reason why Ronaldo doesn't have any reason to exonerate himself from the team. What he's doing now is trying to say that it's not our fault they didn't qualify for Champions League, that is all their fault, that they should stay there and face it. No, but
Cristiano Ronaldo has nothing to prove to anyone. We are talking of a 37-year-old that outscored Lukaku and Havertz all together. He scored 18 goals. Now, since Cristiano Ronaldo rejoined Manchester United, they have never won a game without Ronaldo. So that shows you that he has impact in that team.
Now let me bring it to you. Before Ronaldo joined Manchester United scored 121 goals, and that is the highest goal they've scored in 14 years. It was even spanning back to Alex Ferguson era. But with Ronaldo, they scored 70 goals. So it means Ronaldo takes something away from the team, and it makes the team not to score as much goals. Now see, Ronaldo scored 24 goals.
Okay, if Cristiano Ronaldo is making the team not to score more goals, what of the match is that Cristiano Ronaldo did not play and you still struggle to score?
17. Now with Ronaldo scored 24. Bruno Fernandes is scoring 10. Rashford and the others are scoring 5 and 6.
So how is that Cristiano Ronaldo?
Now let me tell you this.
How is that Cristiano Ronaldo? Cristiano Ronaldo got 18 league goals. Where was Rashford? Where was Fernandes?
They had to adapt their pattern to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Nobody asked them to do that. No one asked them to do that.
Blame him for not qualifying for Champions League. He was trying to be diplomatic. You have to blame him. He was at fault.
Cristiano Ronaldo is not at fault for anything. He delivered. He scored goals. He led that
and then you don't
he did
do
everything
anything
in his
with that
ability.
player.
This is a Cristiano
What
Ronaldo
see?
that have fact and figure to
Now,
actually back up everything that he was brought in
before
for.
now, Ronaldo has
He
already been called a coward.
he-
Before now, do you know that he has already been called a coward before now? The match against Manchester City, Ronaldo was there doing a choir master, waving hand, shouting up and down. That was all he did. No
How
goal.
can a striker?
Against
How
Liverpool-
can a
against
striker
Liverpool, the
score?
same thing.
How can a
And
striker
now,
score
what
when
he
you
did,
don't
what he did
even have a
was
good midfielder?
he was very rambunctious
How can a
and
striker score
challenged
when you don't have
Kevin De Bruyne.
midfielders?
Kevin De
This
Bruyne
same
and nearly
Cristiano
injured him.
Ronaldo
The same
scored
thing
against
happened.
top
He
big
did the
six
same
in the
thing.
club. He scored against.
We would like to hear you, lady and gentlemen.
Ronaldo did the same thing. The same thing he did against Manchester City, clearing
the
Kevin De
same
Bruyne.
Ronaldo
He did the same
scored
thing
against the
Liverpool,
top big five in
clearing
this
Curtis
league.
Jones
He scored 8 goals against the top big five.
Now,
So how can you say
now
that a
see,
Cristiano
the
Ronaldo is
effect-
just walking
now
around
see,
against big
Lady
teams?
and gentlemen, we would like to hear you.
Okay.
We
Now
can't hear
see,
you.
the effect of what Ronaldo did against Kevin De Bruyne and against Curtis Jones, kicking him when he was the floor. He rubbed off on Pogba. Pogba came in and emulated Ronaldo and got a red card and left the game. That is the effect Ronaldo has on the other players.
It's not his fault that you want to emulate him.
Now,
and you
okay.
only emulate
Okay, let me
someone
give you
that is
another
ahead
example.
of you.
Let me give you
I don't
another
need your example for now.
Against
Manchester
Villarreal.
United,
Against Villarreal.
highest goal scorer of Manchester United
Against
for this season
Villarreal.
is Cristiano Ronaldo
Against-
with 18
and he was not
do you
better
know
than
the
Bruno
last? Do
Fernandes
you know
with
the
58.
last time?
He was not better.
Do you know the last time
And
that?
with him now, they
do
have
you know
not
the last
scored
time that
more goals.
Manchester United have had a player
scored
scored
less.
more than 18 goals?
They have
that
scored
was
less.
date back to
It does not
2012,
date back to anywhere.
2013.
Bruno
And
Fernandes
that was
scored 28
Van Persie.
goals
That was
before
we are
he
talking
came.
of league goals in a season.
A whole total goals. It's not league.
We
He
are
didn't score
talking
24
of league
in the
goals
league.
in a
He did
season.
not score
He
24 goals
scored
in the league.
18 goals,
That's
and
what
that
I'm
dated
saying.
back
I'm
to
talking of the
2012,
total goals.
2013.
Now,
And that was done by Van
against
Persie.
against
So Cristiano
Villarreal.
Ronaldo still
Against
outplayed
Villarreal.
everyone he
let me
met
tell
at
you why.
Manchester
Let me
United
tell you
at
how he also
37.
affected them. Against Villarreal, Ronaldo, a pass was played to Ronaldo from Matic, but because the pass was not well weighed the way he wants, he stopped running. What happened? Edison Cavani chased that ball and won the ball back. Ronaldo
against Tottenham, Cristiano Ronaldo would have had 5 assists.
You were saying he scored.
assists.
You were saying
Bruno
he scored
Fernandes
against top
missed 3.
6.
Cavani
Against top
missed
6
2.
teams.
And you are still
Against
talking
top 6
about
teams.
a Cristiano Ronaldo not doing his part. Cristiano Ronaldo would have been their top assist for this season.
Their only problem was against top 6 opponents. They were not doing well, and they finished second. Now they signed him. They still didn't do well
finished second because
they lost. In fact, they lost
other
9-0
teams
to Liverpool.
were not in form. Now we have lots of teams in form, and it shows the weaknesses of Manchester United.
You cannot take away
now
the effort they put in last season and say that because other people were in form. No, they played very well, and with Ronaldo now they can't.
All right, the 5 minutes are used up. The 5 minutes are used up. Now, if you followed the head-to-head, you'll probably at this point have made up your mind as who has impressed you the more. Remember, this is the knockout stages, and I often say this: the same thing that applies to the judges applies to those who will vote at home, on social media, and via the phone lines. Look beyond the ordinary and the mundane. Look for substance. It's so easy for us to get ourselves locked up in certain aspects, like
Africa's number one.
you know what? We'll take a break and we'll come back. Okay, let's continue. No point. We still have time before we go on that next break. So what I'm saying is, as these two individuals close their arguments, the issue at hand is Cristiano Ronaldo asking for a move from United. Is it cowardice on his part, or is he entitled to leave if he wants to? That's the argument. And Prosper is arguing that it's cowardice. Molat is arguing that he's entitled to move if he wants to move. Remember too, the positions these individuals are defending do not reflect what their true position on the matter is. They are just defending what they've been given to defend. So when you vote, do not make it about, oh, I agree with this point, so I'm going to vote for the person who went for that point. That would be a terrible disservice to the whole idea. at the same time, too, the other extreme could be, I want to base it based on, so there are facts, there are stats, always important, but ultimately look beyond just the facts and the stats. Look at the full package, the totality of the package in determining how you vote. There are certain topics that would always sway in one person's favor than the other, which then means that, how do I say it now? So you're putting all of that into perspective when it's time to vote. Okay? So I will redirect the two contestants to try and close in their arguments. It will also be an opportunity for them to address what the opponents had said. And maybe, because this is the knockout stages, in order to give them more time to land, to address issues raised by the opposition during the head-to-head, I will give you both, instead of the 1 minute, I'll give you 2 minutes to close your argument. 2 minutes each. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Prosper, for 2 minutes, your clock is ticking.
So when Ronaldo came to Manchester United, they were performing well. They finished second, 12 points behind the eventual winners. But now they are going 35 points behind, finishing sixth. So Ronaldo cannot exonerate himself and say he was part of the team. Football is a team game, just like you said. So if Man United is not doing well, he also has a hand in it. And you're saying he's Mr. Champions League. He met Man United in the Champions League. But now he has taken them to Europa. And he doesn't want to play in the Europa League. He wants to run away and leave. Now, would all the players run away from Man U because they didn't qualify for Champions League? No. Now, Juventus got relegated in 2005. Buffon, Nedved, Chiellini, Camoranesi, Del Piero, David Trezeguet, all of them stayed in Juventus with relegation. And they brought them back to Serie A. And now we can say Juventus won 9 consecutive Serie A titles. Now, Ibrahimovic went back to AC Milan when they were sixth in the league. And now, the following season, they qualified for Champions League. And now, AC Milan are champions of Serie A. These are what legends do. Legends stand up when the chips are down. They get up and they rile up all the players. They don't, not like Ronaldo becoming choir master, complaining and shouting in every game. That's not how legends react. So, for Cristiano Ronaldo, it is cowardice for him to run away from Man U because there's problem. I mean, he's always done this thing. He did it also in Juventus because they didn't win the league and finished fourth. He ran to Manchester United, who qualified for Champions League. So those clubs he's going to, how did they qualify for the Champions League? Was it through federal character? Was it not the points they accumulated as a team that took them to Champions League? What you're trying to tell us is that Ronaldo is just like Nigerian politicians. They run to wherever they want good things, to good countries to get healthcare, education, and everything. But they can't do the same in their country. Why can't he help Manchester United to qualify for the Champions League? You already said he's old, 37 years old. What else is he looking for? What Champions League is he looking for? What record does he have that he hasn't gotten in Champions League? This is the time for him to help Manchester United build the team and help them qualify and show exactly the reason why Manchester United brought him in, which is to take them to the next level. He hasn't done that because their record against top six still remains abysmal, even with Cristiano Ronaldo.
Thank you very much. So Prosper rests his case. Yeah. He's done the job for the night. And everything has been taken into account. As for how he has performed, well, you guys who have to do the judging will make up your mind. So, it's time to give Molat her own chance to close her argument. For 2 minutes, Molat, take your argument home.
Okay, so
Hold on.
I love the way he mentioned players who actually stayed back at their club to make sure everything went well. But if you recall, Frank Lampard is also a Chelsea legend, and at a point he has to leave. Thierry Henry is a Arsenal legend, and at a point he has to leave to go for a greener pasture. And we are talking of a Cristiano Ronaldo. We all know Cristiano Ronaldo is very ambitious, and he has not seen the sign of willingness in Manchester United to actually be that great of a club again. Cristiano Ronaldo still have a lot of records that he is looking forward to break. He still wants to beat Lionel Messi when it comes to Ballon d'Or. He still wants to win more Champions League, and you want him to just stay back with a club that has refused to sign players. Now, like 6 or 7 players have left Manchester United this summer, and they just managed to announce Odogu Male today that they have signed a Malaysia. And who actually know this kind of players when it comes to hierarchy of football? You want to contest for Champions League, you want to win Champions League, yet you are refusing to sign players. I could categorically say that they signed this single player because of Ronaldo threatening to leave the club. Now, if you are talking about being cowardice, what will you now say about Lukaku that Chelsea brought for 100 million and still he is yet to deliver, and then he ran away that, oh no, I can't stay here, I need to go back to where I'm loved? What can you say about Lewandowski? Despite being the best scorer for Bayern Munich, he is looking to go out of that club because he has an ambition that he wants to achieve, and he know that he cannot achieve with Bayern Munich. Cristiano Ronaldo still wants to beat lot of record before he retire, and time is not on his side again considering his age. But Manchester United, instead of progressing, they are still living in the past glory that, oh, they are once a great club, and I get them before, no be property again. Cristiano Ronaldo, since rejoining Manchester United, they have never won a game without Cristiano Ronaldo. And guess what? Cristiano Ronaldo has won more points for Manchester United since joining them, 14 points, scoring 18 goals. So where are all these players that have been doing well for Manchester United? You talk about making second. There's difference between progressing. At times you are stagnant, you think you are progressing. Because under Ole, they progress from 6th, 4th, and 2nd with the same point, 66 points. It shows you that other teams are regressing, not Manchester United progressing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And so it is done, the battle between Prosper and Molat. It is time for the decisions, and that is all that matters now. We're streaming on Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. If you had followed the live stream, well, if you haven't voted, remember the voting platform is just under the question, the topic of the debate, right on the live stream. You can vote for either of these two individuals. Also, we're streaming on YouTube. You will find the YouTube live stream on our official Twitter handle at Nigeria Info FM. And you would also find the poll where you vote on Twitter. There will be lying side by side. So you cannot miss that either. That done, remember we're also streaming on the Nigeria Info mobile app, where you can take us wherever you go. Let's go to the phone lines. Once again, 9 individuals. It's the best of 9. So whoever of these 2 individuals picks 5 votes will win the battle for the night. Whoever picks 5 of, when I say win the battle, will win the 20 points allocated to callers. And then we'll come to the panel for 60 points of the allocation, where the panel will determine who of these 2 individuals deserves to progress. Also, there will be social media. 20 points split between Facebook and Twitter, 10-10. If all of that is done, let's go to the phone lines. The numbers 0700 993 993 993. And of course, for the ladies only line, 01 465 7190. 01 465 7190. Let's see who our first voter is.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Mr. Femi, good evening.
Good evening to you.
This is Charity from Ogun State.
Welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm voting for Prosper.
All right.
He really impressed me.
Okay. So Prosper takes your vote. Thank you very much. Next vote.
Hello, good evening, Oga Femi.
Good evening to you. How are you doing?
I'm fine. This Friday from Ibeleri.
Welcome, my brother.
Yeah, Oga Femi, I want to say something quickly because this is not out. In case there is a tie, that formula you used the other time, using fans this thing. We fans, we are setting. Why can't you use the judges in the studio? Because the judges, we believe them more than the fans. The judges are professional. 3 judges. If 2 judges go for one person, which means that person actually did better than the other person, instead of going for the fans. Because some of us, Oga Femi, whether you like it or not, when you mention this person support Liverpool or Arsenal or Chelsea, we like to like that person more than the other person. because this is a very in a crucial stage now, knockout stage.
Yeah, I get you. Friday, the reason why I went that way, there were 3 judges. One voted for one, the other voted for the other. And the third said, you know what? I'm just going to vote for this person.
No,
not
it
because
happened on Thursday, when we were not around. Two must still use the same thing.
Yeah, again, it's not, it's not written in stone. Do you understand? You are right. I totally understand you. We want to try and avoid sentiments and all of that. So yes, you're right. This is knockout. There's no time to play. And sometimes you make some decisions knowing that you can still save somebody. Now you can't save anybody. So we will be very careful in making our decisions.
So I will vote for Prosper because that Juventus and Zlatan point he gave out tonight, and the fact that he mentioned that Man United scored more goals last season, I did not know that before. So I'm voting for Prosper.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah. Hello. Did you say Man United scored more goals last season?
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm voting for Prosper. My name is Amaka.
Okay. Amaka, how are you doing? Thank you for calling.
I'm fine, sir.
Yeah.
You really impressed me.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've had 3 votes. Prosper leading. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Welcome.
I'm fine.
You need to be closer to your device. I can't hear you. Hi there.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes. Welcome.
This is Michael from Ogun State.
Welcome, Michael. You heard the debate between Prosper and Molat. How do you vote?
I go for Molat.
Okay. Molat takes your vote. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's go back to the phone lines and see who else we got here. Hi, good evening. Good evening. Welcome.
My name is Sharon. I'm voting Molat.
Molat. Okay. Thank you very much. So, Prosper leads 3-2. Hello, how are you doing? 5 votes, 4, maximum of 4 left.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
Fine, this is Leo from the Costa.
Okay.
I vote for Prosper. I think I enjoy the side of the argument. I enjoy his point.
Okay, so Prosper takes your vote. All right. Thank you very, very much. So Prosper leads 4-2. The next vote could be consequential. Hi there. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, please. How are you?
I'm voting for Mola.
Oh, Mola takes your vote.
Yes,
okay.
I don't know my voice.
Thank you very much. So it's we've had 7 votes, 4 to Prosper and 3 to Molat. There are 2 more votes left, max. But the next one might be the last one. Let's see. Hi there.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, good evening. This is Marcel calling from the Koto.
Welcome, Marcel. How are you?
I'm good. I'm waiting for the guy. I don't know that Mama United have a choir master. I'm waiting for the Prosper.
All right. Thank you very much. So it is done. So by 5 votes to 3, Prosper takes the 20 points available courtesy of the voters via phone calls. So that is out of the way. He leads by 20. We come to the panel. Gentlemen, it's time for your professionalism to take center stage. Who wants to go first? Chuma, Alex, Anthony.
I think I'll just run away from this as quickly as I can, really, because when they were done with the exchanges, I just said, wow. Now, this is the knockout stage. This is the round of 16 stage. And it's not about being the champion at the group stage like the Super Eagles. It's about bringing your A game here. And they did. I got points until I was tired of getting points from because I was shutting down at the ball. Like, you don't do now, you know. But, yeah, it's going to be very difficult having 2 pick. And I think that even the callers, too, the disparity in their decision suggests that this contest was a very close one. But I'll touch on things that they did that impressed me. First off, I thought that they were all awesome with their starts, even though I'm sure that we want to investigate some of these starts. But they came in here having prepared well enough. They used the weekend judiciously to put themselves in the mood for these contests. And, you know, for every time that Prosper came up with something intelligent, Molat found a way to come out with a rebuttal, as the case is. You know, Prosper spoke about the fact that, you know, Ronaldo came and met United in the Champions League, and He came and then now they're going to the Europa League, and then Molat tells him, but don't forget, he's the top scorer in this setup. And, you have to go back to the 2012-2013 season when we had Van Persie to check out a player in Manchester United who scores 18 goals in the league. I thought that was impressive, her way to just counter the thoughts of Prosper as he progresses. Prosper made so much sense with that talk of Totti at AS Roma, staying with Roma even when Roma were not having the best of times. The example of the Juventus stars, because honestly, when Juventus got relegated for that match-fixing issue, you would have thought that the big boys would have said, how go take play for second division? Why now? Let me go somewhere else. But many of them stayed around, and then Juventus came back, and like he said, at the point Juventus won the Serie A title, the Scudetto, for 9 straight seasons. So that made so much sense from Prosper as far as I was concerned too. And for Molat, she came through with very cool stuff. Talking about Ronaldo's record against top 6 sides, just being behind Mohamed Salah when it comes to the goals that he scored, trying to prove his impact. And then coming with that whole analogy too of, as a player, you have to check your interest, because, Igalo at the point was being celebrated. Man, you got all the hype they got on social media, right? After a while, they pushed the Igalo aside, got a decent Cavani. After a while, Cavani was made second choice. Ronaldo came in. So she said, who tells you that when Ronaldo is no longer scoring goals, United will not push him away? So now that he's still good, let him have a chance to go and prove his worth somewhere else, since United are not signing the players that he wants to galvanize the side. And for the example of Juventus that Prosper came with, I thought it was quite intelligent from Molat to have brought the Thierry Henry thing, saying even Henry, that is an Arsenal legend, had to go to Barca at the point, to win the Champions League, because Arsenal were not giving him that Champions League. Imagine if Steven Gerrard, for example, had left Liverpool for a second and maybe gone to Chelsea to win the Premier League. It would have been on his CV today. But till date, Gerrard never had the Premier League title to his crown. So it was cool. And she got me smiling when she spoke about Odogu Malé. Is it Malaysia or Malaysia, whatever the name of that guy is, the new player for Manchester United. So an all-round, very impressive battle from both of you. I'm really impressed and blown away by your quality and what you guys brought on here. When it came to the prowess, the vocal prowess intro for both of you, fantastic for me. The 5-minute head-to-head battle, I could make out some good stuff from maybe 2.5 minutes of those 5 minutes amid your back and forth argument. I thought there were certain times you guys allowed yourself land before you went into a counter argument. And with the closing remarks too, I'm impressed with both parties. But hey, I have to make a choice. I have to vote for somebody, I guess. And so, knowledge, wisdom, delivery, impressive from both of you. But the only disparity I can use now, since I have to use something to knock somebody out, would be the fluency on the microphone. And Prosper was a bit more fluent on the MIC for me, so I'll go for Prosper.
So Prosper takes Chuma's vote, increasing his lead to 40. There are still 60 votes to fight for. 40 of those are still here on this panel. And then 20 via social media. Who wants to go next?
Well, Femi, I'll make it short because the battle was good.
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll make it short. The battle was good. I enjoyed it. I think Chuma highlighted all the points. If you ask me, I enjoyed the 5 minutes. I had some really interesting starts. But yeah, just like Chuma, this is a battle. And then what we look for is, how you can battle, how calm you are, on the mic, the things you're saying, how you're saying it. I don't want to hit on a lot of things because two guys, Molat and Prosper, did really well. I enjoyed Prosper's closing remark. It was really good. Molat also did well closing. I think Prosper started better, and the 5-minute battle they had was really good. But like Chuma said, and I think that's the key point for me, it was really calm. And you could see it. He just, he was relaxed, saying everything, and he had his points, laid out, and he really went in with all the points. So I'll give it to Prosper because Prosper on the night was just on the battle level, very calm and very smooth. So yeah, Prosper for me.
So Prosper takes Alex's vote, meaning Prosper wins this battle. Let's come to Tony. How do you see it any differently?
I mean, I'm trying to. I'm trying to see it differently. What a battle, really. It was really good to listen to both of them. Usually when I look at battles like this, I always want something extra, something else, something different. Relevance, acceptability, sufficiency of points, of course, the rebuttal, and relevance, really. Allusions, which I often like to use. Relatability, where you're able to contextualize the talking point and try to relate it with the now. It was great to see that Prosper was able to hit some of those buttons for me. The analogy of the Nigerian politician was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer, and those are the kind of daggers that you want to see at this level, because at the end of the day, you want to get the fans to really realize what you're talking about and relate with it within their own space. Molat was very good. She was almost toe to toe, and it was like every time both of them had their takes, you would swing to the other side, and then this one talks and you swing to the other side, and that shows how compelling they were. Molat is a very passionate lady. I mean, really, you look at some of the ladies that have battled so far. She's a real Trojan, and really, really proud that we have such a talent here. But for tonight, really, Prosper did it. He delivered, and he'll get my vote. And I think we have seen him, develop to really fast pace in this competition at every stage. I always look out for that because I like to go back towards the history and see how both of them, have come. I think today he was too organized. There was a real structure to the way he went about his argument. And Chuma already gave us, a rundown of some of the big points that both of them brought to the party. But yeah, the relatability was key for me, and I think Prosper gets this, and fairly so.
Congratulations to you, Prosper. You win. Let's quickly look at social media. There's still some time left, but it doesn't matter. Let's just refresh one more time, and we'll close it out as it is right now, both on Facebook and Twitter. Let's check. Let's start with Twitter first.
Well, Twitter, Molat have got 53.3% to Prosper's 46.1%. But like you said,
the voting is still
on at the moment.
Yeah. So at this point, at the point of our making our decisions, Molat takes Twitter for 10 points. Do we have any results?
Well, not yet on Facebook.
On Facebook.
You're trying to gather that.
All right. We will give you that as we go, because we need to get ready for the next battle. Congratulations to you, Prosper. You've done well. You go straight into the quarterfinals, and I cannot wait to see you perform. Go further than this. Okay? Fantastic. Molat, my dear Molat. My dear Molat. Thank you for this battle. But I'm proud of you. The way I am always proud of you. How you face every single, every single battle. I really like that. And I followed you from Fan Battle too. I know what you bring, and the quality. It just seems that Prosper has been your Prosper has been.
He's doing the Super Falcons of Bayana to me. So I'll prepare for a greater comeback, maybe next edition.
All right, I'm happy to hear that.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You want to say anything?
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to appreciate Molat. She's been wonderful. It's just that unfortunately we had to meet twice. Like when we saw the fixtures, and we're like, Molat again, Prosper again. We've met before, and she's really very good at what she does for a woman. And I wish I could do something about her leaving, but there's nothing I can do. It's just a competition. I'm just here to participate. I'm not a judge or anything here, so I'll just.
Yeah, and you've done what you could do. Congratulations as you go into the quarterfinal. Molat, my dear. You and I will see again, like they say, on the other side. But as always, I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, your battle will end here, okay? But not your career, not your opportunities, and not your association with this brand. Thank you, Molat.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a great journey to be here, and as it has actually been a learning course from the second edition right to this moment. I would have said, like, I've really improved in the sports industry and knowing the in and out of the sports industry, and it's thanks to this platform. I'm really grateful for it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Molat.
Quite as good and sweet and
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing